What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to the Co-OpCast, and welcome to the Halo Dream Team.
Baby.
We've got Payten Stockland, my brother, and the reason why I say Halo Dream Team is because us four, we kind of named ourselves that because we were the bomb at Halo Reach. And
definitely could have gone pro.
Yeah, we could. And we got our first Convince Me episode. So today, look forward to us three, me, Colin, Payne, and me. We're going to be convincing Carter to watch Lord of the Rings since he's a sinful boy and he's never watched it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before we get into that, though, we kind of just want to introduce our guest and kind of like reminisce, go back in the day, why we're the Halo Dream Team and everything like that. So, Payton, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Payton. I am Sawyer's brother. Thanks for having me on, guys. I've been listening to Co-OpCast since day one. I've been loving it. You guys are awesome. Glad I got to be here with you guys today. Yeah, they were all kind of related in some way. Sawyer's my brother, Carter's my cousin, and then Colin's a really good friend. We're the dream team, like Barry said.
We mentioned you many times in the past episodes. If you've ever heard the reference to Sawyer's brother or Payton, this is our guy. We've had a lot of memories and fun experiences with you. A lot of different games and memories. It's good to have you on with us.
One of the memories that we talked about like earlier in one of our past most recent podcasts was in the food one. We talked about our trip to Taco Bell and us doing the 12-pack challenge together, and that's like one of my favorite memories from high school. So I just wanted to put that one out there. If you didn't know, that's the person we're talking about right there.
A legend.
A legend. The man, the myth, the one with the white van.
Definitely.
Yeah. We'd like pack that thing full of football players and drive to coach's house every week. That was a lot of fun.
So good.
I stop by your house, I see that van, and it just makes me happy. Don't ever get rid of it. Tell your family never to get rid of it.
I don't think we'll be able to. It's unsellable.
I think the last time I saw you drive it, you couldn't get out from the driver's door. You had to go out the side door in the back, right?
Me?
I swear I met you at a Taco Bell, Sawyer. And when you were in their van, you had to turn around and walk out the back door because the front door wasn't working or something. And you're like, we need to fix the front door because it can't open.
Dude, I have a faint memory of that, but I don't remember that. But I definitely believe it.
Just man, this van's been through a lot. But
the last time I ever saw it was Payton was driving it, and the blinker didn't work unless you just jimmied with it over and over again. So he'd just be like chopping at the blinker over and over to get it to work.
Yeah, that thing is on its last few miles. It's probably going to break down one of these days. It's so old.
Don't drive it. Just let it. Just encase it in a trophy exhibit.
Every 3 years, back up.
One of my favorite experiences in the van. Payton, Caden, and Juan came over. My two friends.
Oh yeah.
They remind me of the story I totally forgot about. So with me and Caden and Juan, I was always the guy. I was the ideas maker, and they'd always just follow what I told them to do. And I was like, dude, let's, you guys, I'll open the doors in the back of the van because they're two big doors that they swing open. I was like, I'll open the doors and you guys moon Kiko because he was standing by the school. And so Payton drove by and I swung open the doors and they mooned him. But what we didn't know was one of the teachers was still in his classroom with 20 other parents. So they saw both of their butts.
No,
you go.
We wrapped around the parking lot 3 times, mooning him because we weren't sure if he saw because it was dark and stuff. It was late at night, so we did this 3 times, wrapping around the parking lot, mooning this class of teachers and parents and stuff. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
At least it wasn't you two that were doing it.
Yeah, but they're accomplices.
No, yeah. So the next day, Principal Ellis, our principal, he, I think Teddy came and got you, Payton. He brought you in to ask you about it. And then I heard over the intercom, like, can Kaden and Juan please come into the office? And I was like, why would they go to the office? And then you three got in trouble, but I didn't get in trouble for it.
You get in trouble.
I don't know why you guys didn't call me out or like Sawyer was there too, but
Bro
whatever.
code, dude. Bro code.
Yeah,
That's
Respect.
crazy.
so funny.
But yeah, a lot of good times. I think the best times with us growing up was with like gaming wise, like Halo Reach. We put hours and hours of Halo Reach together. Like, playing, what's that? Forge, playing Forge. So I remember Carter would build maps and stuff, and we'd use other people's maps.
Man.
King of the Hill, is that what it was?
King of the Hill, that's
Yeah.
what I was about to talk about, where we built the whole map where 4 people were in like a tower at the end of the map, and everybody else was trying to like storm the castle.
Yeah,
and
make their way to
take
it.
it over. Yeah.
I missed
was a lot of
that.
fun.
I missed those 2 maps I made. I made like a defend the tower map like that. And then I also made a base where everyone spawns at the beach and it's like free for all. And everyone's having to rush into this base and take over it. And it has like all the weapons and vehicles and stuff. And once you get in the base, you have to protect it. And every time you die, you spawn all the way back at the beach on the other side of the map. And it's just a race to like control. It's just like a gigantic King of the Hill match. It's so fun. And it's so fun because I would play like normal games, and with my headset I would tell people like, yeah guys, add me. I got this really fun game mode, this custom game. If you guys want to play it, just add me and let's play. And I remember one time I got a whole lobby of like 16 people and we played it. It was like, that brought back that memory. You guys just talking about Forge. And I hope that with Halo Infinity coming out, I hope that that kind of experience can be had again. I hope that we can do that again because that was so good. So fun.
I'm pretty sure it is actually. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't looked into Halo Infinity at all, but
Halo Infinite.
I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying it's gonna have Forge and all that?
Yeah, I thought so.
Gotcha. That'd be cool.
Mhm.
I don't know. I never really messed with Forge other than when I was helping Carter make a couple
Same.
of maps.
It was too daunting. I didn't want to like try to put all this effort into something. Carter had all the good ideas.
Like,
Yep. Carter's a creative one.
I have like a Co-OpCast event where I could make a big Forge map and anyone who has the game could come into a Co-OpCast server in the Discord and we could play like a really cool custom game. Just depends on how big you have a lobby of people. Because nowadays you can have like, well, even on Halo Reach you could have like 32 people, right? Or 16 or something. I don't remember,
Yeah, I think
but
big team was 32.
yeah. So that'd be good. I'm
Yeah, that'd be
okay.
sweet.
Knowing that Forge is in Halo Infinite makes me more excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Halo Reach was a really good game for all of us. We
Yeah.
played that all the time together on a school night, just on the Xbox 360, just playing what's it called, SWAT with the DMR, big team battle. Man, and we called ourselves the Dream Team because we were really good, or we thought we were good. I don't know. I feel like we were good.
Like,
Yeah,
I doubt we were like anything pro wise or anything like that, but like I feel like every match we went into, we either like were within 10 kills of the other team or we won. Like, it was never we never got blown out.
Never.
Theory
Yeah, for sure.
why we were good. Well, we did put the hours in, which showed, but I feel like back then, gaming wasn't as big as it is now to where people grind it as hard as they do today. The streaming community, like Twitch and stuff, I don't think it was even existing back then, was it? And so there's not a lot of people that are really grinding just to show their audience that they're good. And so when we play with those players in the Halo Reach, I feel like the skill level on average is just so much closer to each other than those people that play all day, all week.
Well, and like
Sure.
back in the day too, people didn't communicate as much. Like I remember matches where, those memes nowadays where it's like women get mad at men because they can't communicate, but they watch them play video games and they can act like Navy SEAL Team 6 or something like that.
Right.
Like, it sometimes feels like that when we played back in the day on Halo.
Yeah, because we'd all be in a party together and it was just so good.
Yep. Like when you look at Valorant, even like just playing Valorant, the people at the iron level, I mean, we have deficiencies, but I feel like everyone is like researching how can I get better? What's the right angle? How do and I feel like back in the day no one did that. We would just try to become better just by aiming a little better, but we didn't like use techniques. I feel like the more and more competitive gaming's been going on, more people have been learning those things, and it's just I'm getting beat by 15-year-olds and it's annoying when I play.
Yeah. Getting access to those tutorials and guides on YouTube are much easier to find nowadays than back then.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really made those guides, I feel like. I mean, there were guides to get better and stuff, but I don't think it was as mainstream as it is today.
Which reminds me of Super Smash. Me and Carter talked about it, how we played at his house online, and we all thought we were the crap, which is another game that you brought up, Payten, that Halo Reach and Smash are two games that we've all were fond of and played together. But yeah, we can't beat a single person on Super Smash Bros. Online, and it's kind of sad. But we all thought we were really good, and we've had a lot of good times playing tournaments and just like having whole nighters dedicated to playing Super Smash.
Yeah, it was that evening when I played with Sawyer, and we kept playing against people. Didn't even get close anytime. Any of the matches, we just kept every match that went on. We're like, "Is this really happening? Are you serious? Are we really that bad?" It was heartbreaking.
The one Super Smash memory I have with Payten was actually at a birthday party of mine when I was like 11 or 12. Do you remember this?
I bring it up just now. I was about to bring it up just now. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember.
Gotcha. Do you want to go? Do you want to go and talk about it?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'll talk about it. I remember we were like 11. Or how old were we? We were pretty young.
I think it was 6th grade.
Yeah.
6th grade. Yeah.
6th or 7th.
I remember Colin had a big party. He invited like 8+ people. It was a pretty big party at his place. And we pulled an all-nighter. Us like little 10-year-old, 12-year-olds were up till all night, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we had to leave or whatever. But we played Smash for hours and hours. It was a lot of fun. Did tournaments and stuff.
Fell asleep.
Yeah.
Carter fell asleep.
Yeah. The one, like, we set up a doubles tournament, and me and Payten were actually partners because we both main Toon Link and on Brawl. And we ended up winning it against a couple guys that only played NES. And it was so annoying. Freaking PK Fire, I hate it.
PK Fire!
All right. No. Straight up. I remember that. That was awesome.
My favorite experience Smash, I think, was probably when we went to Kevin Bazzona's house. Kevin, and what did we do? I know we drank a gallon of water. Well, someone did.
And did.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. We probably played till 2 a.m, just grinding Smash. I always played Yoshi. Carter was I forgot her name already. Payten. Yeah, Tenna. And Payten, you're always Samus or Link, and they were so
Yeah.
It was so annoying. But I mean, it was like the one game we all got so annoyed at each other for, but then we just forgot about it right after. But
But Sawyer and I, we've gotten to like fist fights playing Smash Bros. Growing up.
Yeah, I'd watch you two play one-on-one against each other, and you guys would get so mad.
Oh man. Well, Sawyer played Yoshi, which and he was so good at Yoshi. I don't know why. Like Yoshi's not good, but he had it mastered. And so if I lost to him, I just get so mad.
The egg throw is what's annoying. If you can master the egg throw, just so funny.
Right.
Oh, and the little stars that come out when I do my down B, because they're able to stop you from hitting me after I come down. Even if I miss you, they're able to still stun you a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh. But good times.
Such good times.
Good stuff. And then probably more recent ones, we played Counter-Strike together. We played that a ton. I think was it our freshman year? I know Colin, he was
freshman year,
sophomore
college.
Maybe in college. Yeah.
Probably still technically a freshman because of how many credits I took, but it's whatever.
Yeah, so I got really into Counter-Strike before any of you guys were, and my first semester in college, we all roomed together, and I wanted to kind of teach you guys how Counter-Strike works, because it's really different from any other game we've really played. So it was really fun to get all 3 of you guys into Counter-Strike, and we'd play together, and we'd all be in our separate rooms inside the apartment, and it was just a blast. And then after the game was over, we'd all just hang out in the hallway that connects all of our rooms together, and we just
Yeah.
talk, hang out, and just lean against the wall and just be like, man, that was fun. Like some nights were like, that was fun, and then the other nights were like, man, they need to update the game. This game sucks.
I'm never playing again.
And then the next night, Counter-Strike, guys? Yes, let's go.
When you guys talked about Valorant, that one podcast, man, my laptop, my gaming laptop broke down about a year after I got it. Super annoying. So I haven't played PC games in forever. But you guys talking about Valorant and the CS:GO type games, man, it's got me so
Horny.
yeah, pretty much. I want to play it so bad. So I've had to turn to Rogue Company, which is something that Sawyer told me about. It's like a Gears of War meets CS:GO game on the Xbox. Been playing that, which has been fun, but nowhere close to playing CS:GO with you guys.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, Valorant, we always just say that Valorant is like Counter-Strike and Overwatch combined. And I think we all really like that sweet spot in between the two, because we both like Overwatch and Counter-Strike. And Valorant's just really good to all of us. I think we all really like playing it together. And we would totally add you to us. We would totally add you with us if you had the chance to. Hopefully it goes crossplay on the consoles someday.
Yeah, they're talking about it. They're researching how it would work with the controller and stuff. So
yeah,
I think it'll happen.
It's totally something they'll do, just not now.
Yeah.
So before we move into the convince me, I do want to bring up one memory with CS:GO, and I've told Sawyer and Carter about this, and I don't know if you remember, Payten, but when we'd play CS:GO together, sometimes we'd play until like 1 a.m. And do you remember sometimes we'd have to like yell at you to stay awake? Like you'd fall asleep in the middle of a round.
Yeah, it'd be at the beginning of the round, and we'd start like charging towards A or B, the site A or B, and you'd still be standing there at the spawn, and we're like, "Hey!" You're like, "Whoa, what?" Sorry, I was sleeping, and then you'd die, and then you'd fall back asleep. We're like, I think we would call it a night, guys.
I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it was me and Colin. I remember. I was gonna say, I remember me and Colin. I think we went out and opened your door, and you were asleep, just sitting there. You weren't waking up.
I've never seen someone fall asleep without like resting their head on something, but his head was like 3 inches from his desk, and he was just like head down. Like I'm surprised his head didn't just fall and just on the desk. Like,
oh man, I miss those times when we played Counter-Strike.
Drained.
Yeah, Colin and I actually played Counter-Strike last night just for fun, just to see what it's like after playing Valorant for months.
It's crap,
man. Like I don't want to hate on Counter-Strike because it's such a big part of my memories with games and stuff, but it's so old. It just seems so outdated, and they just need to make another Counter-Strike. They really do. I think we're all pretty much over Counter-Strike by now.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, Payten, before we get into it, what is your all-time favorite game?
Ooh. I always go back to Halo. Like I go back to Halo 5 and stuff, play the multiplayer. I don't play the campaign a whole lot of Halo, but multiplayer is one of my favorites ever. Probably Halo's up there. And then Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I know you guys talked about that a little bit before in other podcasts, but that's one of my favorites. Played that a ton.
Good stuff.
But yeah.
When I think of you, I think of Pokemon Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You were so deep into that.
Just like me. Yeah. Except I was Diamond.
Yeah.
Pearl Bros over here.
Yeah. It's funny. Pearl is the only Pokemon game I've played all the way through. I try all the other ones, but I never get super into it. Something about Pearl just got me hooked, and I played up to 200 hours, I think, total of it.
Yeah, I think it's just our age range because it came out in 2007, so that would make us 12, like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah,
right there. Like just that age range where it's like, I want Pokemon and I want to play it all day, every day.
Yeah, and I just love the
that makes
possibility
sense.
to just take it with you anywhere. just in the car, on the bus, and we could trade each other and battle each other, and we were all into it, so it was easy for us to talk about it together and play it together. What did you think about the announcement recently? Did you watch the trailer for the new Diamond and Pearl remake?
Remakes?
Oh yeah. I'm very intrigued about it. I feel like now that when I play Pokemon games, it's just a little too slow. The turn-based stuff takes too long for me. So seeing that maybe that's going to be eliminated with this game is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And like the open world type thing,
Oh, that
I'm excited to learn more about
the
it.
open world one is
That's for
Legends
sure.
of Arceus, so that's a different game. They're remaking Diamond and Pearl,
Oh,
and it's just going to be normal Diamond and
really?
Pearl, just
Yeah.
updated graphics and updated game.
Yeah.
2 games.
I
are
was
coming.
thinking that was the same thing.
No,
That's hilarious.
you're good.
Yeah, I didn't even
So
have to look into it.
at the end of this year,
I've only started.
at the end of this year, Diamond and Pearl will be coming out. But at the beginning of next year, another game called Legends of Arceus is going to come out, and it's both based in Sinnoh.
Gotcha.
But the Legends of Arceus is based like 1,000 years ago or something like that, before like people came and made cities and stuff.
Gotcha.
And we're going to be having a
Dang.
Pokemon episode coming up, and you guys will hear that my favorite Pokemon is Cyndaquil, and Cyndaquil is one of the starters in this Legends of Arceus. So that's kind of why I'm really excited.
Those were the 3 that they showed. Those are the starters.
It's Cyndaquil, the bird, the owl,
Yeah, the
owl.
Rowlet.
Yeah,
Rowlet and Oshawott.
Yeah, Oshawott.
That's really random.
Yeah, they are.
It's like going on the basis of like this Pokemon professor went to a bunch of different islands, and now they're coming to this one that's not been traveled before. So,
okay,
whatever. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
So, since we're talking about it, what's your favorite Pokemon, Payten?
It's got to be because Pokemon Pearl, I played that game full out. My starter was Chimchar. So that whole evolution. And for Nape, he's the boss. It's got to be Snape, the number 1.
Thing is, though, your username was always Mew.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, you loved Mew and Mewtwo.
That was before I played Pearl. That was my username for stuff.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Pretty sure. Yeah, that's funny.
For me, my favorite starter is Piplup, just a penguin-looking Pokemon. My favorite, like, just normal Pokemon is Garchomp, and my favorite legendary is Lugia. I just love how Lugia looks.
Yeah, he's cool.
How do you say the other one? Is it Oho or Ho-Oh?
Ho-Oh.
Ho-Oh. Okay. Yeah, I like Lugia a lot. Just like a big white dragon looking.
It's like a whale.
Psychic flying.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about more of this stuff on the Pokemon episode for Nintendo later on. But my favorite Pokemon is called Haxorus. It comes from Gen 5, the one right after Pokemon Pearl and Diamond. Yeah. And the reason being is, how can you not like a dragon with axe blades coming out of its mouth? Like, if you need to Google it. Yeah.
Am I looking at the right picture?
The
oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks cool. I saw a different picture.
What'd you see?
Look at this picture. There you go, Payne. It's from Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's called Haxorus.
Yeah, the video's all off on me, so you have to cut this out, but I can't say anything. Like, you guys are way back with video wise.
No, I sent a private message of the picture.
Oh,
on your Discord.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't show it to the screen. I should have done that, but
it's all good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, heck is that?
And since I've asked you your favorite game, what's your favorite movie?
Hands down, 100%, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. No question.
And what do you think of people who've never seen Lord of the Rings?
Idiots.
I hate them.
Well, right now you're on a call.
No, I really feel sorry
Yeah.
for him.
Well, right now you're on a call with one of those people right now.
Yep, that's me.
Wait, who?
He's the
Carter.
Yep. He's in the middle. He's got the beady little eyes, the devil horns.
I've never. Okay, so I've seen the first movie, like the first 30 minutes, and that was with a lot of us as cousins and family, and someone wanted to do like a marathon of all the movies, but I had to go or something.
I was
and
there.
I didn't finish the movie, and any opportunity that I had to watch it after that, I was like, I don't want to get back into it. The first 30 minutes didn't intrigue me because obviously it's the beginning of the movie. So I just never really put that effort and time into watching it. And that was my mistake. So my whole life, I'm 24 years old. I've never seen any Lord of the Rings movies. I've never seen the Hobbit movies or whatever they're called. I've just never been introduced to that whole world, that whole fantasy world. I know that there are orcs. I know there's a guy named, is it Legolas?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there
Yeah.
are hobbits, and they're like short people with hairy feet, right?
Yeah.
You also know
And
the ring.
Yep.
what?
Do you also know?
Oh
the
yeah, there's a
meme song?
ring.
Oh yeah.
There's a ring that makes you invisible or something. That's it. That's all I know. And there's a Gollum and Smeagol, and they're the same guy, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I know.
Yeah.
And Legolas shoots like a bow and arrow or something.
You also know
And
the
he has
meme
long
song, don't you?
blonde hair. The theme song?
The meme. They're
the
taking
meme
the
song?
hobbits to Isengard.
Oh yeah, yeah, from you guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have found it without you guys.
Oh yeah.
So Payten, what's the number one reason you would say for anyone, not just Carter, but anyone in our channel and our subscription base, would you say the number one reason to watch Lord of the Rings would be?
Number one reason to watch Lord of the Rings is being placed into a new fantasy world, like called Middle Earth. The coolest part about it is that the story just brings you in. Even the slow times where you're building up characters, and then the action. There's so much action involved, where they're fighting orcs, which is bad guys. It just totally takes you someplace new. It's really, really cool. So if any fantasy junkies are out there, this is like the best movie to watch for that.
Right. And it's funny because I'm super into One Piece, and it's really long, but a lot of people have trouble watching it because of its length. And for some reason, that's kind of why I get turned off from watching Lord of the Rings. Like maybe it's some evening one night, and it's like, oh, we could watch Lord of the Rings, but it's like, oh, it's already 8 o'clock. I don't want to be up till midnight.
Yeah.
And so we just
Right.
decided to skip
And yeah, you got to.
watching it.
No, yeah. I mean, to watch the full extended version, all three extended, it's almost 12 hours. So it's a time commitment for sure. We usually, my wife and I, we watch each movie, kind of space it out a couple days. We might space out a movie in half for 2 hours in the night.
Yeah.
But usually watch all 4 hours in one night because it's so good. Just can't stop watching.
Right. Time just goes by.
For one film. Yeah. Yeah. But I think if you can like stop yourself and just to start it, really focus your mind on it. It's like, oh, it's so good. The characters are so good. Like you mentioned, Gollum, Smeagol. He's like one of the coolest villains because he's got like a bipolar disorder type thing. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Which is like super, super cool to watch that and to see him interact with the heroes, Frodo and Sam and stuff. Yeah.
It's really cool to see him develop too, because it's really the ring that caused him to become bipolar. Because he was just a normal hobbit, like when he was, until he found the ring, and then the ring consumed him because of how much power the ring has, and then created this bipolar monster that one half felt sorry and one half felt like angry for needing the ring. Like, it's such a cool character.
So just having
Yeah, for
possession
sure.
of the ring makes you go crazy, like by wearing it, or just by wanting to have it?
So I don't think it makes you go crazy, but it makes you lust for power.
Uh-huh.
Makes
So
you, when you touch it, the power is so consuming that it becomes a part of you where you need to have the ring. So in the beginning of the movie, Gandalf the Wizard, he's kind of like the Yoda of the series, where he's got all the knowledge. He's got such amazing quotes. And in the beginning, he finds out that one of the hobbits, because he's a strange folk where he likes to go to the hobbits and go to where they live and he likes to be around them, because hobbits are very seclusive. They like to stay to themselves, just farm, drink beer. They're funny little guys. And Gandalf made friends with one of the hobbits from a previous movie and a previous book in The Hobbit. And in The Hobbit, that uh that hobbit, Bilbo, he gets the ring, and Gandalf figures out he has it in the very beginning of Lord of the Rings. And he tells Frodo to take the ring and take it to the elves so that they can decide what to do with it, because they know how powerful it is. And what happens, Frodo, the hobbit, the main hobbit in the series, he tries to give the ring to Gandalf. He's holding it out to him, saying, take it, Gandalf. And Gandalf is like, he gets really mad, like, no, you can't tempt me with it. Because he knows that if he even touches it, he'll completely stop being the person he is and just lust for the power that is within the ring. And it's really cool to see how that, just the ring does so much to the story.
Yeah.
It's cool how all of Middle Earth, humans, orcs, wizards, elves, they're all leaning upon Frodo, a little hobbit, and he's nothing spectacular. He's just willing to give himself for this cause, and he's someone who's so humble that he's able to withhold the darkness. Because I'm pretty sure any person, any man who touches it would become drawn to it and be taken from it. But hobbits are special in the way, so it's cool how all these different types of creatures come together to fulfill this goal, and they all have to lean upon a hobbit to do so. And it's amazing how he's able to bring all these different characters and stories into, it's like a truly epic story. I mean, in the world today, we use the word epic to describe non-epic things, but I think for Lord of the Rings, and like for the reason why I think Harry Potter is so popular, is because J.K. Rowling was able to perfectly describe this world full of so many different creatures and stories, and she was able to mesh it into the story that makes people feel like they're a part of the world. And I think Lord of the Rings does that exact same thing, where we just want to go to Middle Earth and just see the towers and see the places they go to because we feel a part of it.
like, I want to ride a freaking ant.
Uh-huh.
Right.
If you don't know
No,
what an ant cutter is, an ant is a tree person.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah, I love with Lord of the Rings, you got action, you've got this crazy good story where, like what Sawyer was saying, everyone's relying on a little hobbit, a little, common folk trying to save Middle Earth, basically. And but what's so cool is, like, you got the characters, and then some of the best quotes I've heard are from these movies. And as Sawyer said, Gandalf the wizard, he's one of the main leaders. He says this. It is the small things, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keeps the darkness at bay. Simple acts of love and kindness. That's something that Gandalf said. And so it's just with the movie, simple hobbit trying to destroy Sauron with the thousands and thousands of orcs enemies that are in the movies. he gets to accomplish it. And I think it's just cool to recognize or see that in this quote, and it's just kind of like a builder for yourself. Quotes like that.
Yeah. Doesn't Gandalf also say, "You shall not pass"?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's him. Okay.
So Sawyer and Payten, I have a question for you too. I read a quote on, I think it was on Facebook the other day about Lord of the Rings. Not a quote, but just a statement that somebody said that the actual hero from the Lord of the Rings is not Frodo, but it's actually Sam. Do you guys agree with that or no?
For me, I know a lot of my family says it's Sam. But I used to be that way. So throughout the movie, you get kind of annoyed with Frodo because he will backstab. So him and Sam are two hobbits, and they're with Gollum throughout most of the movie. They're trying to get to Mordor to throw the ring into the fire, and there's a lot of times where Frodo will backstab Sam or like act annoying. And for me, I used to find annoyance with it, but you just have to think, he's holding this ridiculous burden on him.
Mhm.
So to me, I think the true hero is Frodo. He had to withhold the ring for I don't know how long, and he has to deal with that burden every single day. He could not have done it without Sam, but I don't think because of that he should get that he's the true hero, because Frodo is the one that has to deal with it, and by the end of the movie, the story, Frodo can no longer live a normal life because of what he experienced with the ring. So he has to go with the elves and leave Middle Earth, what he just saved, to go live a different life because he just can't deal with it. He can't, he can't live with what he experienced. So for that, I do give Frodo. He's the true hero of the story.
Well, I guess I should have backed it up with what else they said. They also said the reason being is because Sam was the only one that was able to like give up the ring without question of thought. Like, should I keep the ring? He gave it back to Frodo like nothing. So I don't know. It was just interesting thought. I don't know. What do you think, Payne?
Yeah, Payne has different opinion.
Yeah, I go back and forth too, like what Sawyer said. For sure, Frodo in the movie, the prophecy is that he will be the one. He is the ring bearer. He was meant to be the ring bearer. But Samwise, if he wasn't there, he's not part of the prophecy. But if he wasn't there, Frodo couldn't have done it.
Mhm.
So I kind of go towards Samwise being the hero because he saved Frodo's life a couple times, right? Like,
And he didn't.
he just
And the
never
biggest thing is he didn't have
gave
to.
up. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like he was just there
So
for
I
a
think
friend.
Samwise, right?
Yeah.
He's the ultimate. I love Sam. He's the man. Just totally selfless and did everything he did. He was the hero in my mind.
It's actually Sam has one of my favorite quotes from the movie. Payne, tell me when he says this.
Yeah.
So when with Frodo having the ring, he's able to feel a lot of darkness. If there's any people who are religious, the ring is basically it can be symbolized as the atonement in a way that Frodo had to take on all this pain and anguish and fight it just as Jesus did. And so Frodo is dealing with this, and towards the end of the movie, I'm pretty sure this is right before they get to Mount Doom, like when they're at the Bay of it. Sam says, "There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for." Oh, I was gonna cry saying that.
I'm tearing up just staring it.
So Mr. Frodo, he's having a hard time seeing the good, right? Because has this burden on him for so long. And he's like, it's worth fighting for. Just keep pushing. And there's just so many quotes like that throughout the story that really make you feel in a different way. I think because of the length of the movies that a 2-hour movie just couldn't do for you. That when you bring them all together and you have these powerful moments, it's unlike any other thing in movies, which is why I think our family's so big on it and why my mom right? We'll watch it once a year. We'll watch it on our birthday, and we'll just spend a whole day just watching it because we want to be into that world again, and we want to be inspired by these. Because this story is, you can be likened so much into the Bible, or just to anything in the world, any experiences, that it's so inspirational.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys read the books?
No, I'm not.
Bro, I can't make it.
Yeah, I've started, but
I
haven't.
started the Fellowship of the Ring. I'm already not a big book reader, and just like when they start using big words, man, I can understand. I don't care. I'll go watch the movie.
Yeah, there's a point where there's too much detail, and those books have too much detail that it's hard to follow along. The movies are perfect.
That makes sense.
Don't read the books. Watch the movies first, and then if you really feel inclined to read the books.
Yeah, because a lot of people argue that Harry Potter books are better than the movies, but I could totally see the Lord of the Rings movies just being more worth the effort of watching than to go through all that effort to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
So for my argument, like it's basically the same with what Payten said, but I don't think any other movie can makes the watcher feel different throughout the movie. Like, I don't know. Like when you're introduced in this world, at this like happy place in the Shire where the hobbits live, going from that super happy feeling to a super dread feeling by the end of the first movie, because it's just like, all right, we're going on this adventure and it's going to be really hard. Like, I don't know, just the feelings it gives you is probably the biggest draw for me.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. And you just feel you feel for every character. Everyone is going through this hardship, whether it's Frodo carrying the ring by himself or it's Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas, them trying to fight off the orcs at a place.
So I don't want you guys to spoil anything, but are there like a lot of like main character deaths throughout the movies?
Hmm.
Would you say like a lot of people die within the movies?
There's
there's a few, but not like any main characters.
Yeah,
there's
like
a few die.
All the main characters stay alive. Like there's a few like secondary characters that you kind of get a feeling for, and then they die, but like it's never the main 5 or 6 that are there.
Yeah. But a lot of the secondary characters die. But that's always been my thing. I mean, one of the main characters does die, but he comes back.
Right.
So that's But other than that,
Like on Dragon Ball Z, you can wish him back.
The ring can turn into a dragon, and he would grant you a wish.
Only if you collect all 12 other rings or whatever.
Yeah. And then,
but as we're oh, you go.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, I think one of the reasons, on top of just the amazing acting and the amazing dialogue, the music is so special. To me, this is by far the best soundtrack to a movie. I know I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people will say Star Wars. I don't have a problem with Star Wars. I think the music's really good too. But when you combine the music with this long adventure you're on, with the great acting and the amazing dialogue, that it's just a perfect combination of the three. And if you look at the Oscars, the Lord of the Rings, they earned 30 nominations and won 17 awards, which is the most by a movie, which is really cool to see. Because I think pretty much every costumes, acting, music, every single thing won an award for the Oscars, because they created this perfect combination.
I just want to go off what you said with the music and how you said Star Wars people say that. You guys know I'm a Star Wars geek. Like, I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I will say Star Wars music isn't better than Lord of the Rings music. I think Lord of the Rings music is better. Only The only thing is, the Star Wars music to me is more recognizable and more nostalgic. Like that's why people that are deep into Star Wars are like, it's so much better music. No, it's not. It's just you like it because you like this world. Like,
That's true. You're right.
No, I get that.
Star Wars music's very like as soon as you hear it, you know it immediately.
Yeah,
That's
right.
true.
Yeah.
I've seen all the Star Wars movies at least once, and it never really hooked me. But I feel like when I see Lord of the Rings, I'm just gonna like cry, just being so sad that my whole life I've never allowed myself to experience it before. So I feel like you guys would be kind of jealous to go through it for the first time again.
Oh, for sure.
Just to be able to have that first time experience again. That's gonna be me soon. I think I'm gonna plan on having a time where I'll watch it all.
and like
It'll probably take me a while, but I'll watch it all.
like the one way I'd recommend watching it, because I think this is how my parents did it with us when we were younger, because I don't remember these movies being 3.5, 4 hours long. I think they literally just stopped it at 2 hours when it was like the end of a scene, and they're like, well, that's the end of the movie, go to bed, kind of thing. So I think you could do that, and just like at the 2 hour mark, I'm just quitting. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll come back to it tomorrow. Unless it happens like what Payten says. You just
Right.
to the 2 hour mark and you're like, no, I just want to finish it. Let's go.
Because it's not who I am at all. I'm someone who would totally love Lord of the Rings. You guys, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Like I play RuneScape. Yeah, sure. I play Zelda. I mean,
you're gonna love it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
I'm excited.
We talk about the emotions, but like the fight scenes in it are so good. Like they're so exciting. There's such huge wars, battles. Like each movie gets better and better with bigger battles too. It's just, man, it moves you and it just sucks you right in. Yeah. I listen to the music for my studies almost every day. Listen to Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter music. It's just so good. It just motivates me.
Nice. Well, we'll have to do a follow-up episode after I've seen it, and
Sure.
I can give my intake, my review.
As I was researching Lord of the Rings for this, so the Lord of the Rings they invented and used groundbreaking special effects to recreate these scenes from the book, and I think that's a true testament because even when you watch the original, the ones that came out in the 2000s, like early 2000s when they first came out, when you watch those, they still hang with today. Like they don't look bad. The only thing that does look a little bad is the CGI on the huge armies when they kind of like pinpoint one little soldier.
Yeah.
That looks bad. But other than that, it's still watchable. Very watchable. It's very impressive.
Like I watched a little documentary about like how they filmed some stuff, and like just them being able to film like the Hobbit's home and making the Hobbits look so much smaller than Gandalf is just so masterful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
it still stands today. It's really cool.
For sure. I do want to point out my favorite scene, and I want to see if Carter could pick it out when he watches it. It's not like a major scene or anything, but there's one scene after this fight or whatever. I don't remember anything, but I know Aragorn kicks a helmet, and he goes to his knees, and you can see he's in like huge anguish. Did you guys know he actually broke his toe on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his toe. The anguish was not him like actually acting. It was him just trying to hide that he just broke his toe.
That's crazy. I like those scenes where the actor actually injures himself, but they like hold it together and it still makes it to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of those times I can pinpoint in other movies.
Yeah.
So Payne, I want without spoilers, what's your favorite scene? Because I want to share mine. But we're not going to spoil for Carter, but just for the people who are listening.
Man, I need some time to think about this.
I'm sorry. Hey, I'll give mine while you think.
You go first, yeah.
So
let's do that.
This is my favorite scene of all film. I think it's even better than any scene in Breaking Bad. Which, if I could watch any movie or TV show again and have it experienced the first time, it would be Lord of the Rings or Breaking Bad for me. I don't know which one I choose, but But this is my favorite scene of all of film, and it's the end, probably like the last 10 minutes of the movie when. So it's pretty obvious that they're gonna win the end, right? But so there's a new king, and everyone in the city, I mean, everyone at the inauguration type thing, they all bow to the hobbits, and they got the background music, and he tells the hobbits that the hobbits are about to kneel to the new king, and he's like, "No, you're not gonna bow to me. You bow for no one." And then he bows to the hobbits. I'm gonna cry again. He bows to the hobbits, and then everyone in the city bows to the 4 little guys, and they're all just standing there like looking peaceful, and you can tell on Frodo's face that he's like experienced this hard tragedy, but he's just like pushing through it, just like enjoying. I don't know. It's so powerful. Whew.
No, yeah. I think the ending of the trilogy takes like 45 minutes, just different little scenes that kind of hit you in a different way. Like
Sum it all up.
my favorite too. Yeah, but it's all needed. It's so good. I think my favorite part is right before that. Was a spoiler? Do you care? It's not really that spoiler because Do you care, Carter?
If you don't want the spoiler in the episode, please skip forward about 30, 40 seconds. Just so you know. Like, there we go. If you get spoiled, it's your own fault.
Yes.
Do you care, Carter?
It's right.
That's fine. This movie's 20 years old.
Yes.
Just Frodo and Samwise, they're going up to Mount Doom, about to finish it. But at the other side of Mordor, there's a small band of heroes. Gandalf, Aragorn. It's a really small group that are like the last survivors that are good, and they're just surrounded like by millions of trolls and orcs and just everything. Like there's no chance. And one of the leaders of the bad guys are like, they show that they have Frodo's clothes because they found Frodo's clothes and said, "We got him. He's dead." To Aragorn. So like, then they'd think they'd be done. Like, oh, game over. No point in trying. But then Aragorn's like, I don't believe. I have faith that Frodo's going to do this. And then you see him running by himself towards this just wave of orcs. There's no chance they'll survive. And just the faith and the hope that they have as the heroes, super cool. It's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. And it's it's so cool.
Yeah, man.
And then they win.
GG.
Yeah, my favorite.
GG.
Too easy. So, before we end, Carter, you said you're probably going to watch them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. Comment below if this convinced you at all to go rewatch or watch for the first time The Lord of the Rings. That'd be awesome. With that, we're probably going to end this here. It's been fun talking with you, Payten. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
No
It's
problem.
been a lot of
man.
fun. You guys are awesome.
Sweet. Thanks you guys for watching. Please hit up our Discords and our other social medias. Have a good one. Deuces.
See ya. Share this with your friends.
Mwah.
Till next time.
Laters.